I am going through a series where I am talking about what I think are the 8 most important things that we need to be doing for best friends who work together. And this is number 7, and it's the one that might sound the most obvious, and yet bear with me for a second because I think it's really important that we process this. And this one is obviously respecting the confidentiality of both roles. And when I say both roles or both contexts, there's our workplace relationship and then there's our friendship. And those are 2 separate relationships. Those are 2 separate roles. I was saying in an earlier video, think of it as like a married couple who is when they're alone versus a married couple when they're around their kids. You know, it's the same couple and it's the same relationship, and yet we have 2 different contexts and we have different places where we act differently, appropriately so. We talk about different things. When we're around the kids, we do the relationship with the kids, for the sake of the kids, and that's really important at work, is that our relationship we're still friends, but our primary goal in that context is to be of benefit to the family, to the team, to the organization. And that's different than when we're by ourselves. But we need to pay attention to both. Our job, if we're going to have friends at work, is to be mature enough to acknowledge that those are 2 separate roles and contexts. And confidentiality is important going both directions. One of the mistakes we've made in friendship is that we assume that secrets, starting as little kids, it's like we tell each other secrets. And we start we think that we're closer the more secrets we tell each other. And that is not at all this case. That is not what bonds people. Secret telling that can be an element of vulnerability, but just telling each other secrets is not a healthy relationship at all. In fact, that can be gossip, right? That doesn't build a healthy relationship. So we need to kind of let go of the belief that secrets are a currency of bonding. Not so at all. In fact, more bonding is actually to show each other that we can trust each other, that we respect ourselves and other people's privacy. That means that you can also, by me confiding or protecting information, not telling you, that tells you that you can trust me that I'm doing the same with your information. And so we want to be role models that says by our actions to each other, you can trust me. I'm not going to tell you inappropriate things that aren't yours to know. And that means you can trust me that I am not going to say anything about you outside of this inappropriately as well. It is our job to prove that. So if you're making the mistake of thinking that telling them things they shouldn't know is going to make them feel closer to you, this is why we're scared of workplace relationships. We're scared that this information is going to be used against us at some point. We're scared that if we tell you something that it might not be kept in the vault. We're scared that if we tell you something that it will, if we fight, that you'll somehow use that in a way that's inappropriate or hurtful. And we don't want those kinds of relationships. We want relationships that feel safe, that feel secure, that are built on healthy vulnerability and on trust, where I know that even if you and I fight, I know because I've seen you protect other people's information, I know you will protect mine. And so our responsibility in this friendship, the closer we get, is the clearer that we make that, which means we protect the confidences going both directions. A quick example of each, and I talk about this way more in my book, but a quick example going each direction is, we don't need to bring our personal confidence into our workplace. And that could be as simple as at team meeting. We don't need to sit there and say, yeah, I was over at Valerie's house this weekend, or yeah, we were hanging out at John's pool. That's not breaking a secret perhaps, but that's not information that you need to be flaunting. It's okay for everyone at work to know your friends, but you don't need to come in and brag about or be trying to give information, making people think other things. Like, there's no need to be telling them that. And you don't need to be coming in and saying, oh, well, she's just going through a really tough time right now. And your job is not to be the messenger of your personal life, what you learn in the personal time of them at work. And so that really needs to be thoughtful about your job is not to be bragging to other people that you're friends with each other. It's not to be dropping information that you hope makes them jealous or makes you look like you're closer to them. When you see yourself doing that, that's you acting out of insecurity, not out of a confidence of that friendship. A confident friend doesn't have to be doing that. And so trust your friend that you've got that meaningful friendship, and you don't need to be doing anything at work to be trying to make everyone know how close you are. And on the flip side, when you're talking about work stuff with your friend, It's really important that you protect the work confidences that your job calls for. It's appropriate to be talking about things and to not name people. It's appropriate to be talking about things and to just role play and to be kind of like vague at times, or to not be breaking what you know about somebody at work. This isn't your job to tell them everything you know. What somebody tells you at work, whether it's their personal life or if it's data from HR or if it's something they're doing or a conversation they had with their boss, that's something they told you, and you don't need to like come as gossip. Again, I think it's really important you protect your friendship and you protect your job by making sure that everybody in both places, your friend and everyone at work, they trust you. That when they're giving information to you, that you're not the little bee pollinator going and taking that all around. And so it's okay to say to your best friend, I wish I could tell you more about this. Unfortunately, I can't. What I can tell you is I'm hurting right now, and that I felt really put down. And you can talk about what you're going through without having to turn them into disliking the same people you dislike. We don't need to create alliances like that and throw people under the bus and use names without needing to. So really pull back and ask yourself, in this friendship, are we just festering each other's gossip? Is our friendship just a place where we talk about people at work, or where we're trying to come in and have our friendship happen at work? Are we getting these too convoluted? Or are we healthy, and are we mature, and are we aware of what's confidential in different contexts and what's appropriate to be talking about in different contexts? Healthy people are aware that we can have a relationship without needing to spill somebody else's secrets. Let's protect each other.